for a second.
A second
tour.
time, yeah.
And that was another year.
It was
duration?
another 12 months. Just kept moving us around all the time.
Yeah.
We weren't stable like the Americans. Like I said, they're big bases, and we were getting food and stuff from the Americans. I had one. We were knocking off things from them, and
you're over there for your second tour. By this time, it's routine. You're busy every day. You're concentrating on your job. You're being airlifted in and out again.
Yeah.
Supporting different bases.
Support back up here. We was a support unit. We didn't stay. A lot of the guns were placed in permanent positions.
What were the officers like?
Well, the officers. We had two really good officers.
Yeah.
It was a lieutenant and a youngster, or something like that. And we had a captain. He was a very mean, but he was very fair.
Okay.
A couple of times they've had to knuckle down with us when we're under fire, you know.
Yeah. And what helped load the guns or
load the guns cover fire. We had to have cover fire. We had 9 men in our group.
Yeah.
We had to have cover fire and checking on our area where we were. You know, go on the little patrols around our, make sure no one's,
Yep. Every now and then you get leave.
Yeah, every now, yeah.
Yeah. And what would you do on leave?
Oh, just go into Saigon or go into Hong Kong. We flew into Hong Kong and out by American.
Wow.
You jumped on the American transporters.
You're there in a few hours.
Yeah.
So what was it like going from the jungle to a city in that short space?
It was a bit nerve-wracking because the capital cities were very overpowered, over that many people, you know.
Very crowded.
Very crowded, yeah.
What was a typical night out in Hong Kong?
Oh, get drunk, get a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're young, you don't know what's coming.
And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
The second tour ended, you're back home again. Did you notice the shift in popular opinion?
They hated us. We got spat on. We ended up not allowed wearing our uniforms in the street. We weren't recognised for 12 years, which fucking stinks. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
It stinks. It took 12 years to recognise. The Liberal government classified it as a peace mission.
That's right.
Or a police mission.
That's it, a police mission.
It was a full-on war. We had 52,000 troops and we lost 600 men.
Yeah.
That's not a police war.
That's not a police action.
A police action, what we did in Bougainville.
Anzac Day until the one in 1988.
Yeah.
And then, it wasn't even Anzac Day, it was the veterans, the Vietnam Vets Reunion, and that's when he started to go to Anzac Day after that.
I only cared about Anzac Day. I've never been to a vets thing. I don't have anything to do with that.
You don't? You don't have reunions with your mates or anything?
No.
What do you do on Anzac Day, mate?
I march with the guys from the Artillery Association.
Yep.
That's the only time I do meet the ex-friends, members of our unit.
Yep.
What's left of us, you know.
Yeah. My father's the same. He's in the Signalmen's Association.
Yeah.
And rather than blokes that he served with on the Sydney, he'll meet up with other Sydney. You'd all know each other through the network.
I'm a life member of the Australian Artillery Association.
Yeah.
On that chair you see on the little back pocket, it's got my Anzac where we're going to meet up and everything again.
Oh, okay.
You can pull that out later and have a quick look at it.
All right, I'll do that. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I hate the time that they come back. We were ridiculed, called baby killers, murderers.
Yeah.
But they did not, and they weren't there.
They didn't see.
They didn't see the young girls and boys carrying baskets of bombs, which I seen.
Yeah.
And blowing up.
Exactly.
And we were told to shoot anything, ask questions later.
Right, you would have been on high alert, and that's the way they operated with the war.
There was no front line. The front line was all around us.
Yeah.
No, they were fighting for their country.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But we were only sent there on orders to support.
You were in the army anyway.
Yeah.
When the war broke out.
Yeah.
You didn't see it coming.
No.
You did your second tour. Did you do a third?
I done and that was. I went away. I done 3 weeks special training of explosives.
Yeah.
And that was with the special unit. We were search and destroy, take home prisoners. Don't get any much information you could get.
Yeah.
And the guy who charged that was named Armstrong. He was a staff sergeant, warrant officer or something. I think. He was very high. He was with the English intelligence.
Yeah.
And he teached commandos. He was the toughest bastard I've ever come across.
Yeah.
And I seen him help blokes out the hair, bang, out of the window. It was a door, helicopters and stuff. He was so tough. He was tough as nails, you know.
So the third tour, it wasn't artillery. It was.
No, they selected our unit because they had enough gunners. And we had ex-gunners coming in, new gunners coming in.
Yeah.
So we proved ourselves as the fighting force, our unit, and our company was 9 of us, 12 of us, whatever it was. Yeah. I forget that. We had extras on the ground because of surveillance and intelligence and stuff, around us all the time.
Yeah.
So
it was more or less a commando unit that you joined for the third.
That's what they call a recon unit.
Okay.
And that's what we done. Seek, search and destroy.
Now,
explosives, get in, don't get caught. We weren't allowed to wear our dog tags. No markings of if a sergeant or captain or lieutenant or anything like that. Wasn't allowed.
No insignia of rank.
None whatsoever. If we got caught, we would have got shot as spies.
Wow. Okay. It's markedly different to what you were doing in the first place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so that was. By this time, we're talking about what, 67?
Yeah. I was a very good shot, always was, because I used to live on the farm. We used to go rabbiting. Yeah. We used to bring back little wallabies. My auntie would cook them in the bush.
Yep.
My uncle lived the other side of Bargain, 256 miles inland.
Okay. So you learned how to shoot there?
I learned how to do a lot of things, shooting. They built a little place for me in the barn.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth, I grew up with, she used to come out to see me all the time.
How old were you then?
I was about 14, 15, or maybe 16.
That's great.
So, I learned a lot about life and a lot of
do you think that sort of self-reliance in the bush,
yes,
shot, that sort of thing, that helped you get into the...
Well, I was a good rifle shooter. Yeah. Good, you know. Yeah. I could fire a pistol left-handed and right-handed. Yeah. Good shot. I'm good. You can look my name up under Bruce Little in the record too. How good of a rifle shot I was.
I'll do that. All the time. First one is Long Tan. Now, were you even in country when that?
I was in the country, but I was away from it. We 2 days prior to the Long Tan came, the fire. They took us out to support American group.
Did they?
Yeah, and if we were there, that would have helped them. If we was there, we could have been settled a bit easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mad scramble by the end of it. The second date, it's the jet offensive. Were you in the country for that one?
I was in there, but not in the area. No, I was elsewhere doing other things. We were talking because we were all good riflemen.
Yeah.
And we were nearly all bushmen.
Yeah.
We lived in the bush. I learned how to kill kangaroos and skin them and everything, live off the land.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
We could live off the land.
Even knowing where you are, confidence in finding food and water, I can see how that is transferred directly to that sort of commando unit. So you were officially a reconnaissance unit.
Yeah, but we were.
You were doing sabotage and you were blowing things up.
Yeah, we were planting bombs and grenades and trip lines and. We went over the border to Laos and Cambodia, and we got caught. No, And now they still classify us as national security, never to be released. But what we done?
Is there any description?